In this video, we're going to be taking a detailed look at the Blueair 211 Plus Auto. Not only are we going to be getting into all the fan modes that this air purifier has to offer, we're going to be taking a look at the lighting on the front and the top of the unit, the multi-stage filtration system. Later on in the video, I'm going to let you know who this air purifier applies to, who it doesn't, and if I recommend this air purifier to you. Starting off at the top of the air purifier, we have that same minimalistic design with one button. Right when you first push the button, it turns the Blueair 211 Plus Auto on, and that actually goes into what is called an auto mode. You can actually see that all the lights turn on the top when you push the button for the first time, and the light on the front actually switches between three modes. I think it's blue, red, and orange. And what that's just telling you is that it's using the air particle sensor to sense the air in the room, to get a better idea of the particulate level, to better understand what the unit has to run at for RPM speed. If you were to push that button once more, it actually brings up the status by showing you the LED status on the top of the unit. Then you would press it one more time and that would bring it into the next mode. The next mode is going to be sleep mode. What sleep mode does is brings the air purifier down to in a reduced RPM level state, and it turns off not only the top LED lights but the front. Unfortunately, as of the date of this video, you do not have the choice of manually running an RPM speed on sleep mode. It's always going to be that reduced RPM mode. If you were to push that button again, it's going to bring you into what is like a medium mode, an everyday mode, and that's my personal preference when it comes to running this air purifier on manual because it moves the most amount of air without sounding overly loud. And if you were to push the button once more, that would obviously bring it to its highest setting, and it is quite loud, but if you really need to clear a large area quickly, then that's going to be an insane amount of airflow. Moving further down from the top of the unit, you actually have a status light in the front. That's going to be solid blue when the unit is on. As I stated earlier, when the air particle sensor is sensing the air, it's going to be flipping through those different colors. And finally, it's going to be a solid steady red when it's time to replace the air filter. On the back of the unit, you have the power cord, and you also have those two holes in the back. That's the air particle sensor. On the side of each unit, you have the clips, which allow you to push in the clips and lift up on the unit to take the top half of the air purifier off the bottom half. And inside the bottom half is going to be the air filter, and on the outside of the cage is an actual pre-filter. That pre-filter is cloth. There's a pro and con to the pre-filter. One pro is that it's very easy to clean that pre-filter because all you have to do is either A, you can take a vacuum to the outside, which will take the dust or hair or whatever's on the outside of the pre-filter off immediately without having to take that pre-filter off the air purifier, or B, you can take the pre-filter, the cloth pre-filter, off of the unit and you can actually put that into a clothes washer. The con is going to be, like, for example, if you have a lot of dogs and cats, you have a lot of dust, and the combination of both is being pulled into the air purifier, it's going to accumulate on the outside of that fabric, so it's going to be visible. The multi-stage filtration system in the Blueair 211 Plus Auto is actually HEPA silent, so it's not an actual certified HEPA filter. But due to electrostatic charging, Blueair claims to be on par with HEPA certified filters, if not better, being able to filter down to 0.1 microns. And on the inside of that multi-stage filter, you actually have an activated carbon layer that helps to filter out VOCs and odors. Now moving on to who this air purifier applies to and who it doesn't. This air purifier applies to if you have a lot of pets, you have a lot of dust in the house, and you have a larger room. We're not talking bedrooms. We're talking about living rooms, dining rooms, where you have a larger square footage, because this thing is very, very powerful. And it can move a lot of air, and it will continue to recycle that air, and it will remove all the pet dander, hair, dust, smells out of the air, and it will continue to recycle the air. So moving on to who this air purifier is not intended for. If you have a small or medium bedroom, I do not recommend this air purifier. And the only reason I say that is because The only modes where this air purifier is not audible is on the auto mode and sleep mode. And in my personal opinion, those modes do not move a lot of air and do not justify having an air purifier of this size and magnitude in the first place. So if you were to move those RPM speeds up to the everyday mode and the medium mode, it's going to be audible. So if you're trying to get some sleep and you need quiet and you want to run it on a higher manual mode, you can certainly run them on the lower modes and it's going to be quiet, but it's insanely overkill for small and medium bedrooms. So do I recommend the Blueair 2-in-1 Plus Auto? Absolutely, because you're getting insane price to performance. This thing is an absolute beast. And if you were to compare that with other air purifiers out in the market, you're rarely going to find that those air purifiers can match the CFM rated speed of this air purifier. If they can, they easily cost twice as much as this air purifier. In fact, this air purifier, when it's on sale, is of the same price of its lesser model, which is the Blueair 3-in-1 Auto. And when that's the case, it simply cannot be beaten.